The tinted door of the high-rise boutique shop closed behind Lorenzo with a muted click, but the chill that had settled over him refused to lift. He slid into the plush leather interior of the family's black town car, the heavy silence of the back seat wrapping around him. He stared out the dark-tinted window as the downtown shopping complex dissolved into a blur of concrete and glass. It was over. Just like that. 5 years. Nearly 5 whole years of keeping Ren tucked away in the quiet corners of his life. They had met at 18, wide-eyed freshmen sharing a cramped college dorm room. Lorenzo had been 25 now, Ren turning 24, and for half a decade, Ren had been his sanctuary, timid, soft-spoken, and completely reliant on him. Ren was the boy who hid behind Lorenzo whenever trouble showed its face, the boy who looked at him with an adoring, fragile trust. Lorenzo had spent days agonizing over this breakup, bracing himself for the weeping, the desperate clutching, the heartbreaking "how could you do this to me?" Instead, Ren had looked at him like a stranger selling a second-hand couch. What do I get out of it? The words repeated in Lorenzo's head, rubbing against his pride like sandpaper. There had been no pushback. No tears, no hesitation. Just a cold, terrifyingly efficient business exchange. Ren had swept up the card and the deed without a second glance and practically shown him the door. A sharp, unexpected pang twisted in Lorenzo's chest. Was it relief? No. It felt uncomfortably like rejection. A dark, ugly thought took root in his mind. Did he already have someone else? How else could a boy who had spent 5 years worshipping him suddenly cut ties with such terrifying ease? Had Ren just been waiting for an excuse to leave? His phone buzzed in his palm, shattering the spiral. Lorenzo glanced at the screen before putting it to his ear. "It's done," Lorenzo said, his voice flat. "Good." His mother's crisp, aristocratic voice came through the speaker, devoid of warmth. "Stop dwelling on it, Lorenzo. The family heads are meeting within the hour. You need to present yourself properly. You'll be meeting the Moretti girl today. And your father has finalized the territorial allocation. You'll be taking over the legal operations and real estate oversight for the downtown district." Lorenzo's stomach dropped. The downtown district. The main office hub sat directly across the plaza from the shopping complex. He would be working right across the street from Ren's shop. Every single day, he'd be looking down from his top-floor window at the very place he was supposed to forget. "I understand, Mother," he muttered, disconnecting the call before she could scrutinize his tone. "Everything will work out, young master." Marco, his family's longtime driver and trusted enforcer, spoke softly from behind the wheel, eyeing him through the rearview mirror. Marco was one of the very few who knew about the secret arrangement. "You did what was necessary for the family. Do not worry. If that boy becomes a nuisance, or if you need him taken care of to ensure total silence, I can handle it smoothly. He won't be a problem." "Shut your mouth," Lorenzo snapped, his voice sharp enough to cut glass. Marco flinched slightly in the mirror, sinking back into his seat. Lorenzo leaned forward, his eyes burning with a sudden, dangerous intensity. "You will never speak his name again. You will never even think about touching him. It's severed. We are completely done. And nothing is going to happen to him. Do you understand me?" "Understood, boss," Marco murmured submissively. Lorenzo sank back against the headrest, chest heaving as he stared back out the window toward the high-rises. He had gotten exactly what he came for, a clean, painless break. So why did he feel like he was the one who had just been discarded?